Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field, big thanks to Mason Young for joining us during our On the Bench segment as we talk Doc Stewart's with the players throughout the season. Those player interviews, we haven't posted them yet, but we will have those up online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. You'll be able to find them there and go back and listen to them, share them around with Grandma and Grandpa, whoever. If you didn't catch it live on the air, we'll have those online available for you to watch back throughout the season. So we'll continue to do those. Probably knock a few more of them out here coming up this week. There's not enough doubleheaders this season to just play them strictly during the doubleheader, so we'll probably get a few of them in during the pregame coming up during the Father's Day tournament here this week here at Champion Car Wash Field. So stay tuned for those, but a big thanks to Mason. We also talked with Christian Corba. Get the name right there, mixing the two together. Christian was our first player interview. We try to usually go through it numerically, barring anybody not being there when we look to try and talk to them. So if you're wondering when your player might be coming up for their player interview during the summer, we will have those numerically. So we start at number one and make our way through. So we'll be talking to more guys coming up here like Reagan Soper, Logan Anderson, Quinn Gaylor. Those will be guys we'll be talking to here in the next couple of days as we make our way through this summer season with the Docs. Well, game one, if you weren't there for it, a 5-3 victory for the Eugene Challengers on top of the Doc Stewarts. Docs put a bit of a challenge into the Challengers, but could not come away with a victory. It was a battle throughout that one. Most competitive game of the season for the Doc Stewarts by far. Their most runs scored in a game as well. Offense started to come alive a little bit. They finished with double-digit hits in that ball game. And so we'll see if they can kind of continue to build off of that as we move into the nightcap, game two of today's doubleheader, as well as the final game in the series between the Docs and the Challengers in Area 4 league play. With the loss, the Docs are now 0-4 on the year and 0-3 in league play. On the other side, the Challengers are now 8-0 on the year, and they are 3-0 in league play. All three wins coming against the Doc Stewarts with a sweep at home on Friday up at Sweet Johnson Stadium. and they've taken game one here today to clinch a series victory against the Docs. We're getting our starting lineups put together here. We've got the lineup cards from both teams, so we are getting that written down in our books and getting everything put together, so stay with us. Might have a slight delay. I was told that apparently the home plate umpire, Dan Bachmeyer, I think the heat getting to him after the game was done. They had to get him some liquids and whatnot, but he is going to be taking game two off. So they have another umpire making his way here to help out in the second game of the night, our second game of our broadcast. So we will maybe have a little bit of a delay here in between games as we get ready for the nightcap. Shadows have started to creep out across the entire diamond. I was down there getting lineup cards, and it wasn't that bad down on the field. Pretty comfortable down there. At least that's what it felt like. Now, the National Weather Service still reading 91 degrees in Roseburg as we're getting ready for first pitch of game two. So it's still definitely warm out there, but it has cooled off significantly, and down on the field it felt somewhat comfortable, at least over by the Docs dugout. Sun has made its way to the horizon. There's only slivers of sunshine still across the diamond here at Champion Car Wash Field, and that will be disappearing here shortly. Lights will probably start to flicker on here in just a little bit as we get ready for the second game of our day. We'll have a look at your Southern Septic Service starting lineups here in just a moment. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. Get a free no-obligation estimate today for your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com. This is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We'll go ahead and take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, hopefully we'll have all the details put together for you on the starting lineups for both the Docs and the Challengers, and we'll be able to bring that to you next. When we come back, it's the American Legion baseball season underway here at Champion Car Wash Field tonight, and an Area 4 doubleheader in Southern Oregon. It's the Eugene Challengers and the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's, powered by Abby's. We'll have more as we continue on with the Roseburg Disposal pregame show after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field as we get ready for the nightcap between the Docs and the Challengers here on The Score. Joey Keeran with you Excited to bring you Doc Stewart's baseball this season here on The Score. Well, it's time to take a look at our Southern Septic Service starting lineups for tonight's matchup between the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts and the Eugene Challengers. And as we put together the final touches on all of that, we'll get a chance to bring that to you here. I think that should do it. Start off with the visiting team. The Challengers wearing their red tops, gray trousers here today. So it'll be Josh Berry leading things off once again, starting in left field. The shortstop, Brock Johnson, will bat second. Batting third, starting at second base, is Colin Robbins. At the catcher position for Game 2 will be Aiden Hibbler, who will bat cleanup. The right fielder is going to be Jace Litton, batting fifth. The DHing in Game 2 once again is Grady Hazen. Braden Corrigan will move from catcher. He goes to first base for Game 2. Starting at third base here in Game 2, Jaden Arbogast is in the lineup for the first time tonight. And then rounding out the starting nine will be the center fielder, Chase Hartley. DH being utilized for starting pitcher, Duncan Raudebush. That is a look at the lineup card for the visiting Eugene Challengers. On the other side for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, it is Paxton Burke leading off at shortstop, followed by Logan Anderson at third base. Fletcher Coleman will DH in Game 2. He bats third. The cleanup batter will be Danner Wirtz at first base. Christian Corba will start in center field, bat fifth. Tegan Sprague gets to start at second base once again, batting in the sixth spot. And then you've got, well, we got to mix some things up here a little bit. Let's get that corrected for those that are watching online. There we go. Mason Young will bat seventh. He's catching in Game 2. Hitting eighth and starting in left field is Quinn Gaylor. And then rounding out the starting nine will be the right fielder, Easton Bachmeyer. Starting pitcher for the Doc Stewarts will be Wade Molitor. He will get DH for by Fletcher Coleman in this one. That is a look at your starting lineup defensively, or your starting lineup for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Wade Molitor has limited innings on the mound so far for the Doc Stewarts this season. Wade came in and threw one inning against Medford in the season opener. He allowed 3 runs on 3 hits, had 2 walks and 1 strikeout. So he will look to try and come out and put together a strong starting performance in Game 4 in the 4-game series against the Challengers here tonight. The youngster that'll be going into his freshman year. Still need to sit down and really have a conversation, get all the details from him about kind of what his future's looking like. We'll definitely get a chance to do that as we continue on with our player interviews here in a bit. But from what I've heard, he was a homeschool kid. He's going to be going into his freshman year. Not sure if he's sticking with homeschool or going to be going into the public school system after that, but I have heard that he was planning to play baseball at Roseburg High School. We'll definitely look to talk to him more about that throughout this season. But the kind of unknown coming up through the ranks here as a youngster, I believe only 14 years old is what I was told. So he's definitely a young kid with a promising future, but he's still got to kind of earn his stripes out there on the field, and that is going to be the case here as we make our way through this one. Coach Cody Walton for the Doc Stewarts just wandered from his dugout on the third base side over to the Eugene dugout on the first base side. And I'm not sure if it's just to head over there to have a conversation and let them know we are waiting on umpires after one of our umpires having to leave Game 1 due to some heat issues. So there's that. We do have, well, Dan Bachmeyer is still here, and he's in uniform, so we'll see how that goes. Behind the plate in Game 2 is going to be Austin Stone, who was in the field in Game 1. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but we do have some umpires out on the field, so hopefully that is a good sign that we are not far away from getting this one started. We'll go ahead and take another 2-minute break instead of me sitting here yapping, trying to fill some time on the airwaves with you. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll get ready for first pitch, hopefully right around the corner. Docs and Challengers getting ready for the nightcap here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Well, they've got a crew of officials out on the floor, or out on the field for Game 2, so I guess that means we are just about ready to get the nightcap underway. Lights have started to flicker on just a bit here as the entire field now is in shadows. So we have started to hit the twilight hour as we are waiting to get things started for Game 2 with a little bit of a delay in between things here. We are definitely going to be having a late one tonight here at Champion Car Wash Field. Umpires meeting with the coaches. It still looks like the same two from the first game. Dan Bachmeyer and Austin Stone, who worked the first game of our doubleheader. So hopefully that means that Mr. Bachmeyer is feeling okay after some of the heat. Seems like it took a bit of a toll on him in the first game of the Twin Bill. We'll see how things go here in Game 2. Again, we had your Southern Septic Service starting lineups from residential to commercial. Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. You can get a free no-obligation estimate today for your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com. Now the coaches head back to their dugouts. That's usually a good sign that we are just about to get things underway in the ball game. Game 2 of today's doubleheader. And the Doc Stewarts trying to get the first win of the year, trying to get at least one league victory against Eugene. And the Stewies will take the field wearing their black tops, white pinstripe pants. And they will head out on the field with the lefty Wade Molitor on the mound. We'll take a look at the defense for the Doc Stewarts here in the nightcap. Behind the plate is going to be Mason Young catching for the Doc Stewarts defensively, the battery mate back there. Around the diamond, Danner Wirtz out at first base, Tegan Sprague at second. On the left side, Logan Anderson at third and Paxton Burke at short. And in the outfield from left to right, Quinn Gaylor, Christian Corba, and Easton Bachmeyer. They will look to try and support the starting pitcher for the Doc Stewarts. Again, the lefty, Wade Molitor, who will be on the bump. And looking to try and help the Doc Stewarts get their first win of the season. That's a look at the defense as we get ready for Game 2 of tonight's Twin Bill. Joey Keeran here with you. Game 1, a reminder, was a 5-3 victory for Eugene. It was the closest game so far in the series. Closest game for the Doc Stewarts so far this season. Bats started coming alive in that matchup. See if they can keep that going in the nightcap. But on the other side, there were plenty of hits in that ball game for Eugene as well. So we'll see if Wade Molitor can maybe quiet the visiting bats here tonight with the second game of the nightcap. All right, here we go. After a little bit of a delay, here we are. Molitor delivers. First pitch is fouled away, and it's strike one. I'll comment on the video stream. An 8th grader on the mound. Well, he's no longer an 8th grader. He's going to be a freshman. We had that conversation in the press box earlier. It's a distinction that seems worth mentioning, as an 0-1 pitch is low. But you look at some of the measurables and why a guy like Wade Molitor has earned his opportunity on the Docs this summer. So he's got a 1-1 pitch here to Josh Berry. That ball laced right at the third baseman. Logan Anderson snags it out of the air for the first out. Anderson in the right spot, that ball right at him. And he snags it for the first out of the ball game. Nice job at third base. And the ball right at him. Snags it out of the air to retire Josh Berry. Brock Johnson takes low and outside for ball one. So Wade Molitor on the mound. Will miss low and inside, a 2-0 count. Some of the recent measurables for him, he's got a fastball as a kid going into his freshman year, 79 to 83 miles per hour. He has been measured his top speed at 83. Not too shabby for an incoming freshman. As a ball popped down the right field side, drifting into foul territory. Long run and out of the reach of the right fielder Bachmeyer, who runs out of room in the deep corner out in right field. That'll be strike one for Brock Johnson. So he's got the velo, 68 miles per hour on his curveball, 73 on the change. He has been a standout at the plate and on the mound through his time playing baseball. Now it's definitely going to be a big jump for this young man, pitching against guys that some of these guys coming back after a freshman year of college. Is a 2-1, just off the outside corner from the lefty to the righty. So there is the maturity part of it all, but Wade, the talent side, seems like he's at least got it. Now it's time to harness it. He works a strike across on the 3-1. A lefty delivering to the right-handed hitting Brock Johnson. One out, nobody on here in the top of the first. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Ground ball up the middle. Goes to Paxton Burke, who wings it over to Danner Wirtz at first. 2 down. Colin Robbins will come up to bat.
Now batting number 9, Colin Robbins.
I will say, if it was me as a kid going into my freshman year of high school, facing some of these guys, yeah, you would expect it to be batting practice out there. It would not be pretty. So, definitely a talent the Docs feel confident about to put Molitor out there in this spot. He misses outside, a 1-0 count. Wade delivers. Just above the belt, missing inside, 2-0 start against Colin Robbins. Now, he has fallen behind a couple of times against batters so far. So the light's starting to take some effect here at the field. Ball is down in the zone and fouled away for strike one by Robbins. We'll be playing under the lights tonight. Had a good feeling that was going to be coming. It's always kind of fun to play under the lights during the summer. So a 2-1 pitch, off speed, high and away. Temperatures dropping into the low 90s as we were getting started here today. American flag out in center field is hanging. No wind coming across as a 3-1 pitch misses low. Base on balls with 2 outs to the 3-hitter Colin Robbins. First walk issued for Molitor. A man at first, and the cleanup hitter, Aiden Hibbler, will bat. The lefty on the mound will deliver home. Over the plate, but a bit high. Receiving that pitch behind the plate, Kurt Mason Young reaching up to grab it. Couldn't get the ball framed to earn his pitcher a strike as the ball fouled away. A 1-1 count for Hibbler. Two down with a man at first here in the top of the first inning. The 1-1 from Molitor, a grounder towards short. Burke will flip it to Sprague at second base, and that will finish a scoreless top of the first for the Eugene Challengers. We'll take a look at the defense for Eugene and the lineup coming up for the Doc Stewarts as we head to the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Playing left field, number 10, Josh Berry. At third base is number 16, Jaden Arbogast. At shortstop, number 1, Brock Johnson. Playing second base, number 9, Colin Robbins. At first base, number 12,
Bottom of the first inning, scoreless ball game here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon. The Doc Stewarts will have Burke, Anderson, and Coleman due up as they will face off against starting pitcher. That is Duncan Raudebush. That is on the mound for the Challengers, right-hander. We'll get the start here in Game 2. Behind the plate, catching, it's Aiden Hibbler, the battery mate for the Challengers. Defensively around the rest of the diamond, Braden Corgan at first, Colin Robbins at second. At third base will be Jaden Arbogast. At shortstop, Brock Johnson. In the outfield from left to right, Josh Berry, Chase Hartley,
number 7, Paxton Burke.
And the right fielder is Jace Litton. Bottom of the first, Burke up to bat against Raudebush. In a scoreless ball game, batting left-handed for the switch hitter. First pitch swinging away, popped up, fouled out of play for strike one. We are underway in the bottom of the first in this scoreless game. Game 2, it's another 7-inning ball game. The 0-1 pitch out of Raudebush. Low and inside, 1-1. Out of the windup, towing the first base side of the rubber here for Raudebush. He'll wind and fire. He misses high and away, falls behind 2-1 against Burke. Raudebush out of North Eugene High School. Will be a senior next year. Just misses the outside corner. And Paxton Burke finds himself in front, 3 balls and a strike. Raudebush earned the Midwestern League Player of the Year honor. He's already committed to Bushnell. On a 3-1 pitch, he gets Burke to sky one on the left side, going out to shortstop. Brock Johnson will make the catch for the first out. So Raudebush battles his way back and earns the first out despite falling behind 3-1. Logan Anderson will stand in. Anderson trying to keep his bat going. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Logan in game 1 had a hit, was 1 for 3, and drove in a run. Also scored a run after getting hit by a pitch in the first inning. Had 3 hits on Friday against Eugene in the doubleheader. He grounds one right side. Second baseman Robbins charges in and makes the play, 2 down. That'll bring up Fletcher Coleman, left-handed batter. Starting pitcher in game 1, he'll DH here in game 2. They can stick him in the outfield as needed as well. Batting for the starting pitcher, Wade Molitor. Scoreless game, 2 away, nobody on for the Docs here in the bottom of the first. Raudebusch's first pitch on the inside, just missing the corner. Coleman ahead, 1-0. Make it 2-0 as the pitch missing high and away. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in during a bit of an extended Roseburg Disposal pregame show as we were getting the officiating stuff figured out. 2-0 pitch, fouled back by Coleman, a 2-1 count. Roseburg Disposal, you can let them make the run to the dump for you. Call 541-673-7122. That's Roseburg Disposal. 2-1 pitch. In for a strike at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Raudebusch on the bump, trying to get a 1-2-3 frame to start things against the Docs. Check swing, able to fight it off. Got just a piece of it there by Fletcher Coleman. Lights having effect now, brightening things up out on the field as the sun has gone down. A 2-2 pitch by Raudebusch. That ball is down the left field side, foul into the trees, lining the left side of Champion Car Wash Field here in Roseburg. 320 down the left field line, 320 down the right field side, 385 to dead center field, but it's closer to 400 to the alleys. As that ball is belted out towards right center, not deep enough to get down and past the outfield, as cutting it off is Litton. He runs underneath it. The right fielder makes the grab for a 1-2-3 inning here in the first for the Challengers. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Doc Stewarts. It's a scoreless first inning. We will head to the top of the second here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
First batter for the Challengers to lead off the top of the second inning, number 31, Jace Litton.
Well, both teams unable to get much going in the first inning. We're scoreless as the 5-hitter Jace Litton will stand in for the Challengers to start things here in the second. Wade Molitor will deliver the first pitch a bit off the outside corner, a 1-0 count. Today's game brought to you by Waldron's Outdoor Sports, your locally owned hunting, fishing, and outdoor headquarters. Your outdoor sports headquarters, that is. Check out their new location. Find them on Northeast Stevens in Roseburg. 1-1 count. That ball lifted towards left field on the run. That one caught in left field by Quinn Gaylor. Off the bat, I thought he had maybe taken a poor angle on that one. but he leaps up and will grab it out of the air for the first out. One away. Initially, it looked like he took maybe a bit too shallow of an angle to get to that ball, but he was able to stretch out and snag it out of the air for the first out here in the second. Grady Hazen will bat. Takes a strike to begin his at-bat. Doc Stewart's trying to break the seal on 2026, get the first win of the year as a jam shot. Forced it towards second base. Tegan Sprague will make the catch and retire Hazen at first. 2 down on a bounding ball through the right side of the infield. Quickly 2 away for Molitor, and Braden Corgan will bat. Corgan is the first baseman here in Game 2 after catching Game 1. First pitch high and away off the glove for Mason Young. Heads to the backstop. Mason Young getting the opportunity to catch in Game 2. Played second base all season during the spring for the Roseburg Indians. A strike slices across the zone into the shins of the hitter. Corgan, the right-hander, getting that pitch from the lefty Molitor. The pitch is fouled down the right field side for strike 2, a 1-2 count with 2 down and nobody on. Mason got one chance to catch during the high school season. He was behind Amos Bowers, the senior, behind the plate for the Indians. Swing and a miss on the off speed. Corgan goes down, and that will be a 1-2-3 inning for Molitor. He gets a strikeout to finish it out. His first in the game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We will head to the bottom of the second in a scoreless ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Tonight's game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by and check them out on West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg.
Second inning, number 23, Danner Wirtz.
Tanner Wirtz will lead things off. It'll be the cleanup man to start things off. 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Docs after a 1-2-3 first inning against Duncan Raudebush, who misses just low for ball 1. I think it's getting to the point where it might be time to open up the window a little bit more here. Don't need the AC kicking on quite as much as a pitch in for strike 1. Called strike 2, Wirtz. Cooling off a bit outside. Raudebush, breaking pitch, misses outside, 2-1 count. Two-one pitch, missing high and inside for Wirtz. He backs out of the way, has a 3-1 advantage. Looking at a 90-degree evening right now. It's going to take a while to cool off tonight. Only expect to get to a low of 65. 3-1. Danner leans back and takes ball 4. So both pitchers have issued 1 walk so far. That's the only way that a batter has gotten on base so far in this one. Docs get their first base runner here to lead off the second inning, and Christian Corba, the center fielder, will step to the plate looking to make amends for a hitless game one. Went 0 for 4, but put the ball in play 3 out of 4 times, all of them ground outs on the infield. Corba takes the first pitch for strike one. He's got the big leg kick as he gets into his swing. Steps out, looking to the dugout. It's not even Coach Justin Bennett down at third base giving the signals to the hitters. He looks to the dugout where I believe Coach Walton is probably making those calls. Swing and a foul ball back for strike two. So no 2 count here for the youngster Christian Corba. He's just one. We talked about Wade Molitor. Corba just wrapped up his freshman year at Roseburg High. Quinn Gaylor, who's the 8-hitter in the lineup, he just wrapped up his freshman year at Sutherland High School. The 0-2. Breaking ball. Back up the middle for a base hit. And Corba finds his bat once again after a 14-game hitting streak came to an end in Game 2 on Friday in Eugene. He didn't have a hit in Game 2, didn't have a hit in Game 1 today, but he gets a hit in his first at-bat here in Game 2, looking to try and start a new lengthy streak for the Doc Stewarts. Nobody out. That's the first hit of the ball game for either side. Corba on base with the single. Up to second went Danner Wirtz. Runners at first and second for the Docs with nobody out. Tegan Sprague will stand in, the second baseman. Nobody out. There could be an opportunity to try and bunt runners around. Creeping in at first, a pickoff throw to second. Wirtz back in safely as Johnson holds him on. Corrigan at first base was creeping in, expecting a possible bunt out of Sprague, who's taking a second here, looking to the dugout where Coach Walton is standing over near the on-deck circles, giving the signals. Nobody out here in the second. Now showing the bunt. Sprague will put it down. It goes to first base easily. A play to third for the first out. They get the lead runner. Sprague got the bunt down, but that was just too easy. He gets on with a fielder's choice. They get the force out at third base, retiring Danner Wirtz, 1 away.
Next batter, number 2.
That'll bring up Mason Young. Mason catching here in Game 2, batting 7th. Takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. So we were talking about Mason in the defensive half there in the top of the second. Only caught 1 game during the spring season, spent the rest of the season at second base. Docs had an established senior catcher behind the plate, name is Bowers, so Young found another place to make an impact for the Indians from Roseburg. It's a swing and a miss, 1-1 count. But Mason is a guy they like behind the plate as well, so they mix him in, especially on a day like today. Catchers, boy, it's a lot of work back there. And it's nice for them to have another guy they can rely on to throw back there for Game 2. The 0-1, swung on and missed. Sorry, make that the 1-1, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the mound, Duncan Raudebush. With runners at first and second and 1 down. Looking for a punch out or a ground ball. Try and get through things here. The 1-2 pitch is outside. Evens up the count. Out at second base, Christian Corba. At first base, Tegan Sprague. Mason Young came to Roseburg as a transfer from Douglas this year. The 2-2 pitch to him. Fouled it back. Staying alive. Docs don't play again until Wednesday. I was thinking maybe that might be due to Half Shell coming up this week on over at Stewart Park behind us. But it looks like Half Shell doesn't start until the week after. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, launched towards right field. It'll get down. A soft liner to right field. They've got Corba heading to the plate. No, he'll put the brakes on late. and head back to third. A base knock for Mason Young, his first hit in his first at-bat of the night. Just hard enough to get over the top of the infield for the base hit to right field, and Mason will load him up for the Doc Stewarts. Man at first, second, and third. Mason Young, a soft liner to right field. Second hit in the game for the Docs. Bases loaded, and it'll be the lefty Quinn Gaylor, another youngster that'll step up to bat for the Doc Stewarts. Quinn Gaylor out of Sutherland High School, first-team All-Far West League outfielder after his freshman year. He'll hit one towards the middle, and it'll get by Brock Johnson into center. One run will score. Second run heading to the plate. The throw, not in time. The Doc Stewarts will jump on things here in the second for a third time in this matchup against Eugene. The Doc Stewarts strike first. Easily scoring was Christian Corba. Tegan Sprague comes around and scores just ahead of the throw from second. Mason Young ends up at second base, and Quinn Gaylor has an RBI single up the middle. Brock Johnson was in position to make a play on it, but he could not knock it down or glove it. It'll bring up the 9-hitter Easton Bachmeyer now, still just one out with runners at first and second, a pitch high and inside, ball one. Brock Johnson was in position, but he got kind of caught on where to get that ball and got stuck on an in-between hop, and it went by him into center field. That allows 2 runs to score, and the Doc Stewarts are ahead 2-0 against Eugene. Over the plate for a strike. 1-1 count for Bachmeyer. So again, for the third time in the matchup, fourth game against Eugene here, for the third time, the Docs have scored first in the ball game. They're looking to try and hang on to a lead and get that first win of the year. The 2-0. Fouled back by Bachmeyer. I believe it's actually 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One out. On the mound, Duncan Raudebush has given up 3 hits here in this second. Ball is off the hands, fouled just over the top of the Eugene dugout. So Bachmeyer will stay alive. Top of the order, Paxton Burke waiting on deck. They shade Bachmeyer to hit towards right field, especially with 2 strikes against him. The 1-2, breaking ball, strike 3 call. First strikeout in the game for Duncan Raudebush. Picks up a big second out.
Next batter, number 7, Paxton Burke.
And now the top of the order coming up to bat with 2 runners on base. Mason Young out at second, Quinn Gaylor at first. Some decent speed on the bases. Base hit will hopefully score at least 1 more for the Doc Stewarts. Burke, 0 for 1 in the game, takes high and away. Second time seeing Raudebush in as many innings. In game 1, Burke hit a soft liner that was snagged out of the air by the shortstop, Brock Johnson, and then went on to have 3 more hits in his final 3 at-bats. Here in this one, he flew out to Brock Johnson for his first out. Can he keep it going with 3 straight hits? He'll chop one towards third, and he will go the short way to second base for the final out. So that trend does not continue for Burke. It'll be a fielder's choice. They get the out at second, and that will do it as Arbogast gets the put out, getting the ball to Colin Robbins at second. So the Doc Stewarts strike first. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors for the Challengers, and you had 2 runners left on base. We'll go to the top of the third. Docs lead at 2-0 against the Eugene Challengers on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
First batter for the Challengers to lead off the top of the third inning.
Wade Molitor with a lead to work with now for the Doc Stewarts. 2-0 lead to protect. He'll face the 8-9 hitters as we start things here in the third inning. Brief break in the action. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. Wade Molitor will deliver a first pitch strike one against Jaden Arbogast, the third baseman, as we start things here in the third inning. Today's game brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. The 0-1 in for strike two from Molitor. Well, this is the longest outing that we've seen so far from Wade. The lefty on the mound, the youngster. The 0-2 pitch. Got him to foul one back. That ball had some velo on it. The swing by, sometimes it's kind of, you're not up close to the action. It's kind of hard to understand exactly how hard some of these guys throw. But something about that swing by Arbogast there just really kind of punctuated how hard that ball was thrown. The 0-2, he fouls one, got a piece of it, but it was well behind on the pitch. That one hits off the green roof of the Newell family hitting facility down the right side. It stays an 0-2 count here against the 8-hitter. Molitor looking for that punch-out pitch. The 0-2. It's another ball fouled down the right field side. Maybe playable into the foul territory and snagging the grab. A bit of a twisting grab by Easton Bachmeyer in foul territory down the right field side. He'll make the snag. He overran it a bit, but he was able to snag it out of the air for the first out. Chase Hartley will bat, and the 9-hitter is a lefty. So we get the lefty-on-lefty matchup. One away with nobody on base. Scoring to bunt, Hartley will take strike one. Warm one here tonight. Opening the window might have been the wrong idea. It feels like it's gotten toastier here in the booth. The 0-1 pitch. Grounder left side for Hartley. Diving attempt. Burke can't get to it. It'll trickle out to Gaylor in left field. And that is the first hit allowed by the starting pitcher, Wade Molitor. He took the no-hitter into the third inning, retired. That snaps a streak of 4 straight batters retired. Top of the order will come up for the Challengers. 1 on, 1 away. Josh Berry, last time he was up, he hit a line drive right at Logan Anderson at third. He'll take a strike to get things started in his second at-bat. Berry hit it hard, got around on the inside of it, just happened to go right at Anderson at third base. The 0-1. Grounder towards Anderson again. He's got it, throws to second. Sprague, relay to first, double play, got it! And that'll do the top of the third. Doc Stewart's get the twin killing to finish things off here in the top of the third inning. Helping support their starting pitcher, Molitor has the shutout through 3 as we will head to the bottom of the third. Doc's leading this one 2-0. A 5-4-3 twin killing to finish it off. As we go to the bottom of the third, it's Doc's in front by a pair on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Little defensive momentum for the Doc Stewarts. We'll see if it carries over to the bottom of the third. Doc's leading this one 2-0 after a couple of runs in the second. Duncan Raudebush still on the bump for the Challengers. Leading off will be Logan Anderson. Just helped make that double play to finish off the top half of the third. He takes a breaking ball low for ball one. Anderson in the first inning grounded out to second. The 1-0. Ooh. Not sure how that didn't hit Logan. Pitch inside. He spins out of the way. Has a 2-0 count. Coverage of Doc Stewart's baseball this summer is brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, where RV means real value. High in the air out towards left field. Out in the outfield where the lights are shining, the catch made by Hartley. There's one away. Center fielder underneath that ball. Fletcher Coleman will bat. He flew out to right field in his first trip to the plate. Fun to play under the lights. Really don't feel like we've played a night game so far this year. First pitch, low, ball one for Coleman. Game against Medford kind of started to have the lights on, but it ended right about as they were starting to come on. Didn't have much of an effect. It's a 1-0 pitch. Hits the outside corner from the righty to the lefty. Always has kind of a big-time feel when you get a chance to play under the lights here at Champion Car Wash Field. So many games they play during the middle of the day. Don't really take advantage of them, but I'm sure it's expensive to run the lights. There's a 1-1 pitch, pops straight up on the infield. The catcher throws away the mask. Now the pitcher calling for it and falling back into fair territory. Raudebush, who plays center field otherwise, makes the catch. Just right in front of home plate there. Raudebush there to make that catch and retire Coleman for the second out. Whoa. Makes the grab. 2 away. Brings up Danner Wirtz. Nobody on. Wirtz walked in his first at-bat. Back in the second, when the Docs would score 2 runs against Raudebush. Off-speed pitch hits the outside corner for strike one. 0-1 count. Pitch is in the dirt now. It's 1-1. Danner drew the walk, ended up getting out at third when the Docs tried a sac bunt attempt. They got the lead runner. High and away, 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, so Wirtz looking to swing away here, see if he can get a 2-out rally started. Raudebush trying to keep a clean frame up there and keep this one tied at 2-0. A ball down the line at third, back behind the bag, long throw, but a nice easy hop into the glove for Corrigan at first. Nice job by Arbogast getting Danner Wirtz in a 1-2-3 frame for the Challengers. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. It's a 1-2-3 inning, and we are still at a 2-0 ball game. It's a tight one as we go to the top of the fourth. on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
For the fourth inning, number 1, Brock Johnson.
2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for the Challengers here in the fourth. Second time through the order. Brock Johnson, first pitch swinging away, launches one to right field, long run, but there to make the two-handed catch is Easton Bachmeyer, securing the first out on the first pitch of the fourth inning. One away, up to bat will be Colin Robbins as Brock Johnson flies out. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Colin Robbins walked his first time up. Takes a pitch too far inside for a 1-0 count. Well, we'll get a chance to run through some of baseball history from this day in the past. The ball popped up foul territory, it looks like again, down the right side. Danner Wirtz tracking that one, and on the warning track in front of the fence in foul territory, he squeezes it, and there's 2 away. So a couple of fly balls on the opposite side for the hitters. And they've both been tracked down. Wirtz making a very acrobatic catch to make that play. Not an easy one to track up and over the top of the first baseman. Aiden Hibbler will bat. First pitch is called a strike. Let's see, we've got some tidbits of baseball history from 1974, 2002, and 2005. The 0-1. Ooh, breaking ball just misses low. Behind the plate, Mason Young, based on his body language, I think he was expecting a strike call, didn't get it. A 1-1 count. Molitor gets a foul ball back to the netting, and that'll be strike 2. Molitor, he's got, I think I remember looking it up, he was listed at 6'2", around 170, 180 pounds. Doesn't have a lot of meat and muscle on those bones yet, but he's still a youngster, and he's got a good frame to build off of as he misses just high and away, 2-2. So I'd say if you're a coach getting a chance to coach him here coming up in the future, a lot to get excited about this lefty. The 2-2 pitch fouled back as he challenges the cleanup hitter, Aiden Hibbler. Hibbler hangs in as the 2-2 count still. Wind and fire for the lefty, the 2-2 outside. 2 outs and nobody on base for the Eugene Challengers. A 2-0 lead for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the fourth. Game 2 of today's doubleheader. The 3-2. Fouled back once again and on the hands for Hibbler. He fights it off. Light breeze kicking up the American flag in center field just a bit, blowing left to right across the diamond. Sun has set here in Roseburg. 3-2 pitch, strike 3 called. Hibbler goes down looking, second punch out in the game for Wade Molitor, and he gets another 1-2-3 frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Challengers. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Doc Stewart's looking to try and add to a 2-0 lead on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Playing on into the evening here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. Today's game brought to you by Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. Duncan Raudebush still throwing for the Eugene Challengers as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Docs leading 2-0. It'll be Corba, Sprague, and Young due up here in the fourth. This portion of the order was able to produce the 2 runs in the game for the Doc Stewarts.
First batter for the Docs.
Well, this day in baseball history back in 1974, this tidbit includes Nolan Ryan. You might remember the name. Bit of a flamethrower himself. First pitch from Raudebush. In for a strike against Corba, who has a single, 1-for-1 on the day so far. Scored a run to get things started for the Doc Stewarts. The 0-1. Missing low. Back in 1974, Nolan Ryan struck out 19 batters against Boston in a 13-inning game. That included 6 strikeouts against Cecil Cooper. Swing and a miss, a 1-2 count for Corba. Could you imagine? I mean, I guess if it's against Nolan Ryan, you'll just take it and own it. But striking out 6 times in one game against the same pitcher. A 1-2 pitch. Corba sends it foul back behind home to stay alive. And also, Nolan Ryan striking out 19 in a 13-inning game. He pitched well into that one. I think he ended up not getting the win in that matchup for the California Angels, who ended up winning 4-3 in 15 innings. Pitch too far inside, and Raudebush will lose it. Missed inside and hits Christian Corba to put him on base. First hit batter here in Game 2 for either side. One aboard. Corba on base for a second time, and he's got good speed out there. Nobody out. Tegan Sprague will bat. Tried to lay down a sack bunt his last time up and ended up getting on with a fielder's choice as they got the lead runner instead. Nobody out. We'll see what they try to do here. So the Docs trying to manufacture some offense any way they can, and Sprague will try to bunt. He takes low and outside. So Nolan Ryan in 1974 striking out 19 against the Boston Red Sox in what ended up being a 4-3 win in 15 innings for the California Angels. But Nolan Ryan did not get the victory in the matchup, despite pitching 13 innings. A 1-0 pitch, and it is bunted foul by Sprague, and it's a 1-1 count. Back in 2002, this one's kind of interesting for those that have been following baseball for a while. There was a time when the designated hitter was not a universal rule in baseball. American League had the DH, the National League did not. It's a picked off throw to first base, not in time. Back in safely goes Corba. But back in 2002, there was a thing called interleague play. Has a 1-1 count here for Tegan Sprague. He has tried to bunt. He will square again, and he will put it down foul down the first base side for strike 2. So in 2002, interleague play, DH still not universal. So at National League parks, they didn't have the DH with interleague play. And on this date in 2002, there were no DHs used in a game in a full slate of Major League Baseball for the first time since 1972. 30-year span. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses low and inside, a 2-2 count. Because they had interleague games, and every game was played at a National League ballpark. So there was not a single lineup on the day that had a DH, and that was the first time that had happened since 1972. And it actually started off a span of 10 consecutive days where there were no DHs used in baseball because all the games were played at National League ballparks. 2-2 pitch. Off the outside corner, full count. Kind of crazy to think now because the DH is universal and both American League and National League use the DH, so that's a bit of a rarity stat there that will never happen again. A 3-2 count and one runner on at first with nobody out. Sprague swinging away, pops it up, foul territory over to the Eugene dugout, and it'll get into the grandstands. Staying alive will be Tegan Sprague. So that was back in 2002. Back in 2005, another name I'm sure you'll remember. I try to pick out the ones that have names that you probably know. Guy by the name of Ichiro had hit number 1,000 in a game. Well, it took him 696 games to reach 1,000 for his career in Major League Baseball. He became only the third player to ever do it in less than 700 games. So another ball fouled off by Sprague. He stays alive with the full count. So Ichiro gets his 1,000th hit in game number 696, only the third MLB player to do it since 1900 to reach that mark in less than 700 games. Not too shabby. Another ball fouled away as Sprague is battling against Duncan Raudebush. I'd say it's safe to say that Ichiro was a professional hitter. He was a guy that knew what he was doing with the bat in his hands. Right now, with the bat in his hands, Tegan Sprague has been putting up quite the battle against Duncan Raudebush, who will come set with a man at first. Another pitch fouled away. A lengthy at-bat here for the Doc Stewart's six-hitter. Sprague did score in that second inning after trying to lay down a sac bunt, but getting on base with a fielder's choice. He eventually came around to score on the single by Quinn Gaylor. Gaylor drove in both runs of the game for the Docs so far. 3-2. Outside ball four, and that was a battle. And Tegan Sprague will earn his way on base. Hit batter, and now a walk. Just the second walk allowed by Duncan Raudebush, and the Doc Stewarts have runners at first and second. And here comes Coach John Goldagger out to the mound for a conversation with his team. See if there's any changes coming, but I don't think so. I think they are going to send out some players to the bullpen for Eugene here. You've got Jaron Weed that is heading down that direction. He pitched in game one, and it kind of looks like they're going to have him warming up to possibly come in and pitch here in game two. They send him down there, along with Michael Bushelman, who pitched against the Docs back on Friday. But, yeah, they've got Weed getting loose. Now, he could just be throwing to try and get ready to come in as a defensive player, but it kind of looks like he's getting loose with the intent of coming in to pitch on the mound. We'll see what happens here as they go out. Home plate umpire Austin Stone goes out to break up the conference on the mound. Late one for us here tonight. Had every expectation it would be. We're going to be working our way late here this evening. After the conference, they break it up and we get back to action. Runners at first and second with nobody out for the Docs. Mason Young will come up to bat. He had a bloop single to right field. He does square to bunt, and they look to second base. No throw by Raudebush. Everybody testing the water there. We'll see if the Docs continue to look to have Mason bunt. Now that the Challengers have seen what they were intending, at least to start. They're running a crazy wheel play here. The second baseman's now covering third as Young tries to lay down the bunt first base side. Second baseman Colin Robbins went racing across the infield in front of second base to go cover third to be able to make the put out at third base, with the expectation that Arbogast was going to run in to try and cover on a bunt. That was a new one. I don't know if I've seen any bunt defense in that direction, and they'll do it again. They pick off to second base. They were trying to catch Corba sleeping out at second with a lot of action going on around him. And time is called by Coach Cody Walton. The Docs will have a break in the action as they discuss strategy with Mason Young and Coach Walton. Brief conversation there. Oh, 0-1 count. Young. One foul ball in the at-bat trying to bunt. They run the defense, moving the second baseman all the way over to third, trying to bunt, and it's fouled off in the box. Foul ball at the plate. Young was moving out of the box. Coach Kenny Niles out of the dugout for Eugene. Maybe trying to start the conversation on whether or not Mason Young was outside of the batter's box by the time the ball hit him. Seemed like it was pretty immediate. The ruling's going to be that he was in the box. If you get hit by the ball in the box, then it's a foul ball. If you're outside of the batter's box and it hits you, that is an out. 0-2 count. Mason Young swings and misses for strike three. Second strikeout in the game. For Duncan Raudebush, there's one away. Quinn Gaylor, who has the big hit in the game so far for the Docs. Gaylor, a two-run single on a ground ball back up the middle. He will dig in with one out and runners at first and second. The right-hander Raudebush will face the left-handed batting Gaylor. First pitch, high and away. Doc Stewart's leading this one 2-0. We're in the bottom of the fourth in game 2 of the doubleheader. Doc's trying to get the first win of the season and trying to get one win in the series against Eugene. Coming off of a 5-3 loss in game 1, the 1-0. Gaylor will push one towards center field. It will be caught by Hartley. Back to the bags go the runners. So after giving up a hit by pitch and a walk to start things off here in the fourth, Duncan Raudebush has been able to get the next two batters, and now we'll face Easton Bachmeyer, who struck out looking in the second. The night hitter will come up to bat, looking to try and come through with a clutch hit for the Stewies. Raudebush taking his time, getting the signal from Hibbler behind the plate. First pitch is a fastball right down the pipe for strike one. Midway point of this ball game, Docs in front. Again, they've taken a lead 3 times against Eugene, have not been able to hold on to it. The 0-1 breaking ball is elevated. A 1-1 count evens things up for Bachmeyer. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Docs with a scoring opportunity, trying to capitalize on it. A 1-1 pitch from Raudebush. They'll throw down to second base. Back in safely goes Corba as the throw to Johnson. Not in time. Pitch was high and inside. 2 balls and a strike. That seemed to be a designed play that the Challengers were running to try and pick off Corba out at second. 2-1. Outside corner for a called strike. started to notice out in center field, Hartley started moving as the pitch was delivered, getting into a spot, and then he came charging in as the pitch came home so that he could back up the play out at second base and be in position. 2-2. Breaking ball, strike three. For a second time, Bachmeyer will go down looking for the Docs. They'll leave 2 runners stranded on base. 3 strikeouts in the game for Duncan Raudebush. He finishes off the 4th inning with the K. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left on base. It's still 2-0. Docs in front of the Eugene Challengers as we head to the 5th on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
First batter for the Challengers to lead off the top of the 5th inning, number 31, Jace Litton.
The right fielder, Jace Litton, will lead things off for the Challengers. He'll take low from the lefty Wade Molitor on the mound for ball 1 as we start things here in the 5th inning. The 1-0. Hit in the air towards center field. Going back is Christian Corba. That ball keeps carrying, and it's over his head. It'll go off high off the wall. Stopping at second base will be Jace Litton with a leadoff double here in the 5th. That ball just kept going on Christian Corba. Seemed like he had a read on it and just kept running and running and running, and that ball just kept going. I could not believe it. Second hit in the game for the Challengers. They've got a man at second base to start things here in the 5th as they trail by a pair. Grady Hazen grounded out to second his first time up. Well, bat with nobody out and a man at second. Might be an opportunity for him to lay down a bunt. Hazen, the DH. Swings away, pops it up on the infield. It'll be in foul territory for Danner Wirtz, and that is a big out for the Doc Stewarts. Hazen not looking to try and sacrifice the runner over, and he fouls out for the first out here in the 5th.
Next batter, number 12, Braden Corbin.
Brings up Braden Corgan. Corgan struck out swinging in the 2nd. Out at second base is Litton after his leadoff double. High for ball 1. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. Belong to Douglas County. Under the lights here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. The 0-1 pitch is good. A 1-0 pitch is good for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 popped up. Again in foul territory, giving chase his Wirtz up against the fence. And that ball, I think, might actually hit the fence and then hit Danner. It looked like it was going over the fence. Danner went crashing into it, but put the brakes on to make sure he didn't go absolutely barreling through the chain link fence. And he kind of took his eyes off of it because he was worried about running into the fence line. And that ball ended up, I think, hitting the fence and then ricocheting back off of Danner. So he might have had a chance to try and catch it, but having to deal with running into the fence is not an easy spot to be able to track a foul ball. Makes it a 1-2 count. The delivery from Molitor just misses the strike 3 pitch. It's low and outside, a 2-2 count. Braden Corrigan, the first baseman, up to bat. Out at second base, Jace Litton after the leadoff double here in the 5th. With 1 out, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He'll get Corrigan for a second time. He waves after the off speed on the outside corner. That is strikeout number 3 for Wade Molitor.
Now batting number 6.
2 down, and up to bat will be Jaden Arbogast, who flew out to right field his first time up. Here in the 5th inning, a 2-0 lead for the Doc Stewarts, trying to hang on to it. Wade Molitor, lefty, delivers home. Strike on the corner. Tonight's game also brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. The 0-1. Pitch is off the turf, a 1-1 count. Nice job behind the plate by Mason Young to keep that ball in front. That holds Jace Litton out at second base, and he'll have a trip out to the mound for a brief conversation. Mason Young will talk with Molitor. And you can see Mason's not a big guy by any means when it comes to his height, and I will appreciate that. I'm not overly tall either. He goes out there, and you can see how big Molitor is compared. The youngster, and you got to assume he's got more room to grow, you would think, right? Oh, 2 count. Actually, sorry, make it 1-1. Molitor will deliver the 1-1 pitch. Grounded foul for strike 2. Jaden Arbogast. For Eugene out of Churchill. He played at College of the Siskiyous this spring. Played in 37 games. He's got the 1-2 count. Grounds one, third base side. Picked up by Logan Anderson. Across the diamond. He throws low to Danner, and it'll get by. A run's going to score. It's been a tough night at third base defensively for Logan Anderson here tonight. A run comes in on the first error of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Should have been the final out. Instead, Arbogast will end up at second base.
The next batter, number 2, Chase Hartley.
Anderson had time, just didn't get enough sizzle on that ball to get it across the diamond to Danner Wirtz cleanly. So things will continue, and it's now a 1-run ball game. First pitch outside, ball 1 to the lefty, Chase Hartley, who reached on a single in the 3rd. That was the first hit of the game for Eugene. Challengers with just 2 hits in this ball game total. Should still be a 2-0 ball game, but an error allowing the Challengers to cut the deficit in half. Ground ball hit left side. It'll be Anderson, who this time is going to fire it to first with a little bit more gumption behind it. And he will get it there just in the nick of time as Hartley is quick out of the box. And that ball slow getting through the left side. Anderson with something to prove on that throw, gets the final out. A run comes in on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. It's 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
First batter for the Docs to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning.
Bottom of the fifth here from Champion Car Wash Field. Tonight's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC. 2-1 lead for the Doc Stewarts, looking to add some insurance and build this up again. Top of the order, Paxton Burke up for a third time against Duncan Raudebush. First pitch swinging away. It's fouled off for strike one. And tonight's game brought to you by Flyway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader, Flyway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Off speed is high and away from Raudebush. It's Hibbler behind the plate. The battery mate, the 1-1, outside. 2 balls and a strike under the lights here at Champion Car Wash Field. On a warm night here in the Umpqua Basin. The 2-1 from Raudebush is high. 3-1 count for the leadoff man the leadoff man Paxton Burke against Duncan Raudebush. 3-1 delivery. Burke will take ball 4. Leadoff walk for the Doc Stewarts. They got the first 2 men on base in the 4th inning, but could not come through with a clutch hit to try and bring in a run. Left those 2 men stranded on base at first and second. We'll see if they can pull something different off here as Logan Anderson will trap to the plate. Logan making the final out on a sharp throw across the diamond to get Chase Hartley after he threw one away just moments before that allowed the first run to come across for Eugene. He'll square to bunt. He'll put it down third base side, but it will go foul for strike one. I was going to say, let's see if Logan has a little bit of fire in his bat as well after probably frustratingly giving up that run with the error. See if he can go to the plate and try to prove something there like he did on that final ground out to finish off the top of the 5th. He stands in with an 0-1 count. Nobody out with a man at first. Raudebush delivers. There goes the runner. Grounder towards short. Nice hit and run is on. Burke is going to try and get to third. The throw will come in late as he slides in. Up to second base goes Anderson, and the Doc Stewarts aggressive on the bases, and it pays off. The hit and run was on. Burke took off on the pitch. And as the shortstop goes to cover the bag, Logan Anderson hits one through the gap. He gets on with the single. The throw goes to third as Burke took the turn and was able to use his speed to get an extra 90 feet. And as the throw goes to third, Anderson wisely takes an extra 90, and he ends up at second base. 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out here in the 5th inning. And up to bat will be Fletcher Coleman as they play in on the corners. The pitch is high for ball 1. Fletcher did not show any intent on bunting, and they now will bring the entire infield in. The middle infielders had been playing back. They bring them all in now. The 1-0 pitch takes inside. Fletcher's ahead, 2-0. An opportunity here. The Docs have just been looking for the dam to burst on this season. They are 0-4 to start out the year, trying to get that first win. They've been sort of low scoring to start, but they've been getting good pitching here today, and they're trying to make it count. The 2-0 pitch to Coleman. A strike from Raudebush. There is an arm throwing in the bullpen for the Challengers. I believe it is Jaron Weed again. He threw to close out game 1 and earned a save. The 2-1 pitch to Coleman. Swings through for strike 2. Raudebush just reared back and challenged him with the fastball, and Coleman couldn't catch up to it. 2-2 count, nobody out with 2 runners on. The infield playing in At third base is Burke, second base is Anderson, and time called before the next pitch. It's been a tough start to the season for the Docs. They've played probably some of the top teams in the state, that's for sure. 2-2. Breaking ball, sat on it, flared it out towards center field. Not very hard hit. That ball will drop. Coming in to score will be Burke. The throw not going to be made. And it's a bloop RBI single for Fletcher Coleman. It was just enough with the infield playing in to drop into shallow center field. The shortstop, Johnson, going out to try and get to it. He had a long run since he was playing in on the grass, and the center fielder wasn't playing for something to drop that shallow. And a long run for Hartley to try and get there. Neither's able to do so, and a run will score to stretch it back out to a 2-run lead, 3-1 for the Doc Stewarts. Up to third goes Logan Anderson. As Paxton Burke came in to score. On at first base is Fletcher Coleman. Danner Wirtz up to bat. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to third his last time up. Drew a walk in the second. Danner swings away, got jammed, and it's fouled down the first base side. Strike one. Bloop single there for Fletcher Coleman. Works out in the right spot, and that's nice to see. The Docs feel it's felt as if this season has kind of started on an unlucky note as well for the Docs sometimes when those moments come and just the ball bounces the wrong way for a team. The 0-1 runner takes off. Throw down to second base. They'll cut it off. They've got Anderson off the bag at third. They've got him in a rundown. He gets back to third base safely. And into second base is Fletcher Coleman with the stolen base. They cut it off short with Brock Johnson, and he threw to the plate as Anderson started to break home. But Logan put the brakes on, races back to third, and it just took Hibbler a second too long to try and get it out of his glove and throw down to third base. By then, Logan had started his slide into the bag. So a 1-1 count with two runners in scoring position again for the Docs. Danner Wirtz will take high and inside. It is a 1-2 count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch on the throwdown ended up being a strike called. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch coming in as the infield does make their way in once again. Danner, the 1-2 pitch is low. Breaking ball and a nice job behind the plate by Hibbler to stop it. That'll even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the cleanup hitter for the Doc Stewarts. Feels like a big moment in this ball game. Bottom of the 5th here. Doc's trying to add as many runs as possible. Duncan Raudebush, 2-2 delivery. And it goes behind the batter, racing to the plate. Coming in to score will be Logan Anderson. And the Doc Stewarts tack on another. Up to third base goes Fletcher Coleman. Sliding in was Anderson right at the feet of Duncan Raudebush to get the score across. 4-1. Doc Stewart's in front. A full count pitch coming up as the wild pitch brings in Logan and moves Fletcher up to third. Full count pitch. Wirtz waiting. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Big strikeout there for Duncan Raudebush. That's his 4th in the ball game. It's the first out here in the 5th. Christian Corba will bat. He's been on base twice, a single and been hit by a pitch. Docs have put 2 runs on the board here in the 5th after scoring 2 in the 2nd. They've got 4 total. Eugene finally got its first run in the top of the 5th. At that time, it cut it down to a 2-1 deficit, but the Docs have stretched it out. We get a visit out to the mound here for pitching coach John Goldagger, and that might be the end of the line for Duncan Raudebush. He takes a slow trot out there, and I do believe we get a pitching change coming as the catcher Hibbler will head to the dugout. I'm assuming that means that he is going to be changing around his gear and moving to maybe a different spot positionally as we get some things moving around here for the Challengers. So that'll be the end of the line for Duncan Raudebush. He makes it into the 5th inning. He goes 4 1/3 But we will get a pitching change. The Doc Stewarts have put 2 runs across here in the 5th inning and have stretched the lead out to 4-1. Trying to break the dam and get that first win of the year. They lead it by 3 here in the 5th inning. We'll take a 1-minute timeout for the pitching change on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
We are back here at Champion Car Wash Field in the bottom of the 5th. Joey Keeran here with you as Doc Stewart's baseball continues on here into the evening on the Score. Some Sunday night baseball for you. Pitching change. Jaron Weed will come back into the game. He pitched in Game 1 and picked up a save. He will throw here in Game 2. Behind the plate will be Braden Corgan. He takes over there. They are going to move. They will put Raudebush out into center field. And Hibbler goes from behind the plate to third base. Those are just some of the defensive changes that I have noticed so far. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Christian Corba. Will bat with Fletcher Coleman at third and 1 out. 2 runs in so far here in this 5th inning for the Docs. Corba with the infield drawn in. Fouls one out of play for strike 1. 1-1 count. Corba in Game 1 grounded out to third against Jaron Weed in the 7th inning. The 1-1. That ball in the air right side could be enough to drive in Coleman from third. Charging in, making the catch, throw coming to the plate. The throw is offline and easily scoring, standing up will be Fletcher Coleman. It'll be a sac fly for Christian Corba. He drives in the run and adds one more for the Doc Stewarts here in the 5th. It's now 5-1, largest lead of the season for the Docs in any game. And it is the most runs they have scored in any game so far this year. Bases empty with 2 away. Tegan Sprague will bat. He walked his last time up. He's been on base twice and has scored a run. Foul off the first pitch into the glove for strike 1. We have hit the 10 o'clock hour. 0-1 pitch. Sprague swings through for strike 2. 0-2 count. With nobody on base. Sprague batting in the 6th spot, looking to try and keep things going. Trying to get something in play. Takes high and inside. So Duncan Raudebush goes 4 and a third. We'll put together all of his numbers as the evening goes on. Jaron Weed out of Junction City will be a sophomore next year for the Tigers. 3-sport player. He's got some good get up and go on his fastball for the lefty. His breaking ball looks like it's pretty good too. He works it in for strike 3 to finish things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Strikeout looking for Tegan Sprague. And that will do it for the Docs here in the 5th inning. But they score 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors for the Challengers and nobody left on base. It is 5-1 as we head to the top of the sixth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
This season of Doc Stewart's Baseball, sponsored by Dr. Lance and Randall here on the Score. Family and cosmetic dentistry, call 541-378-6694 or visit drrandall.com. Wade Molitor, that was a bit of a lengthy layoff there with the bottom of the fifth. He will come out to pitch the sixth inning for the Doc Stewarts. He will face the top of the order for a third time. First pitch swinging and a foul ball down the third base line for Josh Berry, who is 0 for 2 in the game. He's lined out to third and grounded into a double play. Both times he has hit the ball, it has been in play to third base. The 0-1 pitch from the lefty. That ball is on the right side, out to right field. Going out is Sprague from second base. Coming in is Bachmeyer. It gets away from him and rolls into right field. Overran it and heading all the way to third. As the ball almost gets away again, Anderson will track it down as the throw comes in. Josh Berry will end up at third base on a seeing-eye triple. Just a bloop fly ball down the right field line. Bachmeyer came in too far and overran the play. So you've got the man at third. Tegan Sprague was going out to try and make the catch too. I don't know if that made life more difficult for Bachmeyer trying to make the play, knowing the second baseman was in the vicinity as well. There's another ball fouled away over the right side for strike one. That was the third hit in this game for the Challengers. Overrunning the play. It'll go down as a hit. High and away, 1-1 count for Brock Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2 in the game, flew out to right field. His last time at the plate back in the fourth inning. 1-1 count for Johnson with a man at third. A 5-1 lead for the Doc Stewarts here in the sixth. The 1-1 hits the corner for strike two. Well, those runs in the fifth inning really come up big here. That could have been, if not for those runs in the fifth for the Docs, that could be the game-tying run at third right now. There's a ball out the right field, running in. Bachmeyer will make that catch in fair territory. He throws in, might have a chance. No, the relay will be too slow. Doesn't get it home in time. It'll be a sac fly for Brock Johnson. But the Docs get an out of it. That's the big important part. One away, nobody on base, just the minimal damage. One run has come in so far. Nobody on base. So if Molitor and the defense can get two more outs, it's pretty much a minimal sixth inning. And the Docs still in a decent spot, but now back up by 3. Ground ball towards third. It'll be foul. Strike one for Colin Robbins. Docs with a lead. We're talking about it in game one. They had a lead late in that game. It was the latest they had a lead in a game. So the ball fouled away. Strike two for Robbins. Well, this will surpass what game one was. Docs leading 5-2 here in the sixth inning. It's the latest in a game they hold a lead once again. Docs were ahead 3-2 going to the sixth inning in game one. Here in the 6th inning, they were ahead 5-1. It's now 5-2. Pitch outside, couldn't get the hitter. Colin Robbins to chase after it. The 1-2. Off speed is fouled away. That one skipping off of the umpire, Austin Stone. Seems to be all right, but they're going to give him a moment. I want to say thanks again to our pregame show sponsor, Roseburg Disposal. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. And starting lineups have always been brought to you by Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. Get a free no-obligation estimate today for your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com. The 1-2 pitch from Molitor. The youngster bounces it off the plate. 2-2 count. Longest outing of the summer for Molitor by far. His 2-2 pitch. Misses low. The count goes full. His only other appearance was in the season opener against Medford, where the Docs were planning on using a lot of pitchers. That was the intent going in with the first game, and they did exactly that. Used 8 arms total. Molitor was one of them. He pitched 1 inning there. Had some nerves that he worked through. He has been looking sharp here today as he gets a fly ball towards right field. It is Bachmeyer again in right field, making the catch this time. 2 down. That has been 3 fly balls to right field. The first one overplayed by Bachmeyer. He had a long way to run and just ended up making too far. But other than that, he's made 2 catches out there in right field for 2 outs. As the batter's still a little late on Molitor so far. The lefty has been very good here tonight. He misses outside, though, on the first pitch to Aiden Hibbler, who is now at third base defensively. The 1-0 to Hibbler. Just misses the inside corner. The 2-0 pitch. Bounces low, 3-0 count. Hibbler batting in the cleanup spot. He's reached on a fielder's choice and struck out looking. 3 punch-outs in this game for Wade Molitor. Sun has been down for a while. Temperatures dropped quite a bit, down to 86 degrees as a 3-0 pitch is in for a strike. So we are cooling off just a bit here this evening. Expecting to drop to an overnight low of 65. Still a ways to go. 3-1. It scoots in, and that is ball 4. So a walk issued to the cleanup hitter for Molitor. That is just the second walk that he has given up all game. And it's going to prompt a visit out to the mound for pitching coach A.J. Doolittle. Might be out there to check on his pitcher's stamina. The youngster has been throwing a lot here in this heat. Might be starting to hit a bit of a wall. We'll see how things go. But he's got Jace Litton, who led off the 5th inning with a ball belted to deep center field, landed just short of the warning track, bounced off the turf, and then high off the center field fence for a leadoff double that ended up resulting in the first run of the game for the Challengers. So a dangerous man coming up to bat here. Litton will stand in as Molitor stays in the game with a man at first and 2 down. First pitch swinging away. Litton fouls it off. Jace Litton out of Churchill, graduating this year, committed to go to Bushnell. He hit 5 home runs during the spring season, so that big bat, that's nothing new for him. Back pick down to first. Will not get there in time on the throw by Mason Young. The pitch was low, 1-1 count. Wade Molitor, the young lefty on the mound, looking for one more out here in the 6th inning. Ground ball towards third, charging in. Logan Anderson will go to second base for the out. And he will get it there for the final out here in the 6th inning. Doc Stewart's give up 1, but they minimize the damage here in the 6th inning for the Challengers. 1 run on 1 hit, No errors. One man left on base. It is 5-2 as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
A 3-run lead for the Doc Stewarts as we begin the bottom of the sixth, looking to continue to add on more as they try to secure win number 1 of 2026. It'll be Mason Young leading off against the lefty Jaron Weed, who will miss low for ball 1. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Young will swing through 1-1 count. Jaron Weed, again out of Junction City, lefty. Didn't have him down for any all-league honors this year, but in baseball, as a pitch fouled back for strike 2. He played football, basketball, and also baseball for hit the football, basketball, and baseball for the Tigers this year. 1-2 pitch. It's high. Jaron Weed out of the windup. It's low and inside. And Mason Young has himself a full count. Starting things off here in the bottom of the sixth. Young will chop one towards third. Charging in is Hibbler. He can't field it. It will get by. The backup is Brock Johnson, the shortstop, on safely to start things off. Mason Young gets on base for a second time here tonight.
Next batter, number 5, Quinn Gaylor.
That ball, a chopper towards third. Kind of do or die on the play there for Hibbler at third. We'll put it down as a base knock for Mason Young. Quinn Gaylor will stand in. The lefty, 1 for 2 today. Drove in a pair of runs with a single. Back in the second. He takes strike 1. (1-0) pitch from the lefty, Weed. Grounder up the middle. This could be 2. Johnson flips it to second. Robbins relay over to first base. Not in time. Beating out the throw will be Quinn Gaylor as he gets down the line quickly out of that left-handed batter's box and is able to beat out the throw to first base.
Number 9, Easton Buckmeyer.
There's one away, but a man on at first base. Up to bat will be the 9-hitter Easton Bachmeyer. Takes the first pitch high from Weed for a 1-0 count. Brock Johnson got that ball to second base pretty quickly to Robbins, who made a quick turn and got it to first, but Gaylor real quick down the line. Inside a bit too much against Bachmeyer. The count goes to 2-0. Bachmeyer in this one has struck out twice. This is his first appearance against Jaron Weed, the reliever. Fouled away. 2-1 now for the 9-hitter. Jaron Weed came in Game 1. He ended up pitching 2 innings of relief. Did not allow a run on 1 hit, no walks, 1 strikeout, and 1 hit batter. Picked up the save for the Challengers in the opener, a 5-3 victory. Picks off to first, back in safely. Goes in Quinn Gaylor. Gaylor will get ready at first base. Bachmeyer at the plate. The 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. There goes Gaylor running down to second. The throw by Corrigan is in time, and that will get him. There's 2 away with nobody on base. And so there's 2 down with nobody on. Corrigan threw out a couple of runners up in Eugene. It's 2-2 the count. That last pitch was a strike to Bachmeyer. So nobody on and 2 down. Bachmeyer at the plate, the 2-2. Strike 3. He goes down looking a 3rd time tonight. Well, the Doc Stewart's able to put some guys on the bases, but they cannot come through with anything here in the 6th. There's a couple of runners caught on the bases. They strike out to finish off the ball game. To finish off the 6th inning. And we will head to the 7th. Challengers need 3 to tie it and keep the game going as we head to the 7th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Doc Stewarts have gone to the bullpen for the 7th inning, needing 3 outs to secure a victory. Wade Molitor is done for the night. After 6 innings for the youngster, he allows 2 runs, only 1 earned run on 3 hits, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. He's in line to get the first win of the year for the Doc Stewarts. Christian Corba will move from center field to take over on the mound. Quinn Gaylor will head to center field defensively. Caleb York will go to left field. And that is Bachmeyer still in right field defensively for the Docs. So Christian Corba will take over on the mound for the Stewies, who need 3 outs to secure that first win. It'll be Grady Hazen, Braden Corrigan, and Jaden Arbogast. Your 3 men due up. First pitch from Corba is in for strike 1. Corba quickly into the windup for the 0-1 pitch. He misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. A delivery. Line drive shot to center will get in. A base hit for Grady Hazen. So Hazen gets aboard for the first time here tonight. Puts a runner on. That means the on-deck hitter is the game-tying run for the Challengers. Little ways to go before that.
Next batter, number 12, Braden Corbin.
Is a big deal for the Doc Stewarts here tonight. Corrigan is at the plate. He struck out twice against Wade Molitor. He takes the first pitch low for ball 1 from Christian Corba. Corba pitched during the spring season with the Roseburg Indians. Line drive shot, one hop up the middle, gets into center field past the reach of Tegan Sprague, the second baseman. A couple of hard hit balls to start things here in the 7th for the Challengers. Still nobody out, and the game tying run now comes to the plate. That was a hard hit ball right back up the middle into center field. Tegan Sprague playing up the middle, reaching for it, but couldn't get the glove on it.
Now batting number 8, Jared Weed.
Corba made 5 starts, 9 appearances during the spring, 29 and a third innings worked for the Indians. They'll throw a first pitch outside to the lefty, ball 1. Hitting here in this spot for the Challengers is Jaron Weed, the pitcher. He'll take a chop. It's towards second base. It goes off the glove for Sprague. Everyone is safe. And just like that, the Challengers have the bases loaded in the game-tying run at first base. That'll be the second error in the ball game for the Doc Stewarts. Bases are loaded with nobody out. I imagine they will play for the double play up the middle. Willing to surrender 1 run to get 2 if they can. But you've got a speedy runner in Chase Hartley at the plate out of the left side of the box. He gets down the line fast, so to turn 2, they're going to have to move it up the middle. Hazen at third, Corrigan at second. As the first pitch is fouled away. Strike 1 for the 9-hitter Hartley. They brought in a runner for the pitcher at first. Michael Bushelman will run at first base. The 0-1. Low and outside, 1-1 count. So Bushelman at first represents the game-tying run. Nobody out, a 1-1 count here to the 9-hitter Hartley. Pitch gets by the catcher, coming in to score will be Hazen, and it's a 2-run ball game. Wild pitch brings in 1 run, and it's 5-3. First base is open. Game-tying run now in scoring position. The Doc Stewarts trying not to let one slip away here. 2 balls and a strike. Hartley fouls off the pitch for strike 2. Top of the 7th. Challengers down to their final 3 outs to work with, but they have put up a challenge here. Breaking ball misses low behind the plate. Young knocks it down. A walk would load him back up and put the go-ahead run on base. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With nobody out. Pitch is inside, ball 4. First walk for Corba. He's given up 2 hits. An error has allowed a man on base as well. And the bases are loaded. The go-ahead run is out at first. And we've got a trip out to the mound for Coach Cody Walton. Not the way they drew it up here in the 7th for Christian Corba. He's given up a couple of big hits to start. Hard hit balls. Should have had an out on 1 on a grounder to second, but it got away. And now a walk is just going to compound the issues here. 2-run ball game. Game-tying run at second. The go-ahead run at at first. And a visit out to the mound with the top of the order coming up here. And Josh Berry, who has hitting a couple of balls pretty decently. And I think the Docs might be making some changes here. Corba is going to come off the mound. He does not get an out in this one. They will make a pitching change. And I believe they're going to put Paxton Burke on the bump for the Doc Stewarts. We'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back here in the 7th inning. Docs need 3 outs to secure a win. And they will make the move to put Paxton Burke on the mound with the bases loaded and nobody out. on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community. Our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Paxton Burke will enter the game in a safe situation here now. He will take over on the mound as the pitcher for the Doc Stewarts. He moves from shortstop to the mound. Logan Anderson will go from third base to shortstop. Christian Corba goes from the mound back to center field, and Quinn Gaylor comes out of the game, and Grayson Coate will enter and takes over at third base defensively for the Doc Stewarts. Bases are loaded. The go-ahead runner is the man at first with a 5-3 score and nobody out here in the seventh inning. Doc's trying to win their first game, but the bullpen has put this one in a bit of a dire strait here. Top of the order coming up. Fifth batter to the plate in the seventh inning for the Challengers will be Josh Berry. Leadoff man hit a bloop down the right field line for what ended up being a triple in his last at-bat. He'll face Paxton Burke, who will try to get 3 outs for the Doc Stewarts. He winds and fires. First pitch, fouled back for strike one. Berry at the plate with the bases loaded. The 0-1 pitch is popped into right field. Bachmeyer out there, settling underneath it, makes the catch. The runners all tag and advance. A chance to get the out at second. Got him at second base, a double play. A run does score. But the Doc Stewarts are now 1 out away from getting this one over with in a 5-4 ball game. Game-tying run at third. Tagged out at second, trying to tag and advance, was Hartley. The courtesy runner, Bushelman, is at third base. Scoring was Corrigan. Sack fly for Berry, but there's 2 away, and Brock Johnson will bat. Huge 2 outs for the Doc Stewarts there. As the pitch inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss by Johnson for strike 1. Burke with a 1-1 pitch coming up. The game-tying run at third and 2 down. Trying to get the Docs through it. Ball fouled down the right field side. Out of play for strike 2. And it's down to the final strike for the Challengers unless Brock Johnson finds a way aboard. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burke delivers the 1-2. Grounder back to the mound. Goes off his glove up the middle. Sprague, the throw to first base. Out at first. There's going to be some controversy here tonight, but that's going to wrap up the ball game and a win for the Doc Stewarts as the final play made at first, leaning to get to the ball, Danner Wirtz. We'll see. The umpires are getting together to talk about it here. Will they change anything on whether or not he stayed on the bag? And the ruling is overturned. We got a tie ball game. And now Cody Walton is having his conversation with the umpire, home plate umpire, to make a ruling on that one. The ruling, I believe, would be that he came off the bag as he lunged to try and get to the baseball at first. The initial ruling was out at first for the final out of the game. Instead, it is going to be an infield single for Brock Johnson that scores the game-tying run. Cody Walton still having a spirited conversation with home plate umpire Austin Stone. So an infield RBI single for Brock Johnson.
The next batter, number 9, Colin Robin.
Tough ball up the middle for Sprague to make the play. Did the best that he could. And we're tied at 5 apiece here in the 7th. Colin Robbins will bat. Runner going. The throw too strong. Gets out into center field. And moving up 90 feet. Oh, throw's not there in time. So Brock Johnson steals second. The throw goes too far, and he's now at third, representing the go-ahead run on another error for the Doc Stewarts. And the crowd here tonight is definitely spirited. Ball fouled away. There's been some bang-bang plays in this one here tonight, and they've been pivotal. There are 2 down, a 1-1 count at the plate for Colin Robbins. No, we've got a pinch. No, yeah, it is Robbins, excuse me. There's foul ball for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. The go-ahead run now at third for the Challengers. Paxton Burke on the mound. The 1-2. Misses low, and it's a 2-2 count. Wade Molitor will not get a decision here tonight. The loss could be on Paxton Burke as the ball in the turf. Nice job by Mason Young to keep it in front of him. The runner at third would go to Burke's total if he came around to score. The Docs will have a chance to bat in the 7th. They'll have the top of their order coming up, hopefully looking to walk it off with just 1 run, not try to play catch-up. Ball 4. A walk issued to Colin Robbins. Now the cleanup hitter, Hibbler, will come up to bat.
Batter, number 24, Aiden Hibbler.
Hazen, Corrigan, and then the courtesy runner, Michael Bushelman, have come in to score here in this 7th inning. The final run scoring on a bang-bang controversial call at first base. Aiden Hibbler is 0 for 2 in the game, walked his last time up. He'll face Paxton Burke. The sidearm thrower misses outside, ball 1. At third base is Brock Johnson, who would represent the go-ahead run for the Challengers. Another pitch missing outside, 2-0 count. Docs trying to find their first win of the year. They were in a prime position to do it to start off this inning, leading by 3, but they have given up the lead. It's a 5-5 ball game, the 2-0. That ball fouled down the first base side. That'll be strike 1. So it'll be Burke, Anderson, and it might be Grayson Coate, the third man to bat in the 7th inning for the Doc Stewarts. The 2-1 pitch, high and away, 3-1 count. Colin Robbins at first, Brock Johnson at third, 2 down. At the plate, Aiden Hibbler, a 3-1 pitch coming from Paxton Burke. Bases are loaded, ball 4. Second walk for Burke. Johnson at third, Robbins at second, Hibbler at first. And up to bat will be the 5-hitter Jace Litton. It was scoreless through the first 4 for Eugene. They put up 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and they finally break through with 3 runs here in the 7th inning to tie this ball game up, and they're threatening to take the lead. Bases loaded with 2 down. Litton, first pitch inside, ball 1. Well, there's nowhere to put a runner, so got to come to him. The 1-0 hits the outside corner for a 1-1 count. 9th hitter to the plate for the Challengers here in the 7th inning. There's another one over the plate at the knees for strike 2, and Burke needs one more to close out the top of the 6th. Docs and Eugene, a rivalry battle in area 4, missing outside. 2-2 count now for the hitter, Jace Litton. Docs have started off with rival Medford and rival Eugene to get this summer started. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Big strikeout to finish off the top of the 7th and keep this game tied. Paxton Burke will get the strikeout he needed, and now the Doc Stewarts will have to come up with a hit in the bottom of the 7th. They were hoping to not have to hit in the bottom of the 7th, but now with the game tied, they need one to walk off with a win against the Challengers. Back after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Playing late into the evening here at Champion Car Wash Field on a warm one still going on. Legion baseball this summer. Well, the Challengers battled back to score 3 in the top of the 7th and tie this one up. Jaron Weed will try to keep it tied. Paxton Burke will lead things off, batting right-handed against the lefty. He takes high for ball 1. Looking at 84 degrees still out there this evening in the Umpqua Basin. Weed's 1-0 pitch off the outside corner. The count goes to 2-0. A wild finish here in Game 2, final game of a 4-game series between the Docs and the Challengers. Inside, 3-0 count from the lefty, Jaron Weed, and a visit out to the mound for the catcher, Brady Corrigan. 3 balls, no strikes, with nobody out to the leadoff man here in the 7th for the Doc Stewarts. Tied at 5, and Weed having a meeting with Hibbler and Corrigan, the catcher and third baseman, out on the bump, and that meeting will get broken up by home plate umpire Austin Stone. Again, stay with us in the post-game show whenever that may happen. We'll have your Champion Car Wash player of the game to announce for you. Weed, a 3-0 pitch here for Burke, ball 4. So the Doc Stewarts immediately get the game-winning run on at first. That is Paxton Burke. Now we know he is a threat to steal bases. We'll see if they have him in motion as the inning goes on. Do they look to try and be aggressive and send him from first? They got a lefty on the mound, so you got to be careful with that. Weed delivers, showing a bunt is Logan Anderson. It's fielded by Weed. He will spin and throw to first. A sac bunt puts Paxton Burke into scoring position. So the Docs play small ball, and they will efficiently make it work. First pitch there for Logan Anderson puts Burke into scoring position. Doc Stewarts have the game-winning run at second base. It'll bring up Grayson Coate. Oh, excuse me. No, shouldn't be Danner batting here. I'm confused as to why Danner is batting in this spot. That's because that's the spot that used to be the DH. Danner was batting fourth. And Cody Walton's out of the dugout here. He's wandering to the plate. I don't know if this... Well, Walton's is talking now to Danner, but shouldn't this be somebody else batting in this spot is what I would wonder. Fletcher Coleman was the third hitter. He was the DH. Didn't. They're going to put Danner on with an intentional walk. I'm not sure what just happened. I know they intentionally walked Danner, but I feel like we just skipped a batter in the order. Yeah, but they still should have had somebody batting third. Danner was the cleanup batter. Logan Anderson just laid down a sac bunt. I'm not sure about that one, but everybody seems to be okay with it as a pitch is fouled off. Or excuse me, the first pitch is called strike one for Christian Corba, who's the 5-hitter. And now coming out to ask is Coach John Goldagger to ask about the lineup card. I think the Docs just batted out of order. And I don't know if I... Yeah, I think this is going to be costly for the Docs here because I think it costs you at least one out, but I think they batted out of order. And they even had time to maybe figure it out when the Challengers called time and went out to the mound, and Cody Walton came out and even talked with Danner. Nobody seemed to notice the fact that they, I think, had missed a spot in the lineup. We started off with Burke, the top of the order. Then he drew a walk. Then Logan Anderson laid down a sac bunt to move Burke into scoring position. And that 3 spot in the lineup was Fletcher Coleman, the DH. But because of all the pitching changes, Christian Corba had gone to the mound, and they brought in Quinn Gaylor. No, they brought in Caleb York that went in defensively to left field. And York stayed in the game. Boy, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering now how screwed up things are for the Doc Stewarts here. Because York stayed in the game defensively, but Code also came in. Corba went back out to center field, and Gaylor came out. So I guess Code came in for Gaylor. So I think that was supposed to be Caleb York. I think York was supposed to be the guy batting in that 3 spot. That's my assumption here. I could not tell you exactly how this is going to work out. But we are all waiting for it to figure out how it plays out here. And we might be waiting just a bit here. And they're going to take Wirtz off of first base. And I believe he's out. That'll be the second out. Well, maybe Wirtz gets to bat now. Because the guy that was supposed to hit will be the out. And now Wirtz gets to bat again. I think that's what we're doing here. Oh, what a mess. Oh boy, what the Docs just cost themselves an out by not having having things in order. Yeah, with their batting lineup here in the 7th inning. So what they're going to rule here is that that the out for the batter that was supposed to bat when Danner came up is out, and then they will actually intentionally walk Danner, so he still gets on at first with 2 down. I have no idea how you rule the out for the 3-hitter. No, I get all of that. I just don't know how that technically goes into your scorebook as an out. I don't know exactly what that ruling would be, who gets the credit for the put out, but it's a huge out for Eugene, as it now is 2 down, and the game-tying run at second base is going to be a lot harder to drive in. Christian Corbel will try to see if he can come up as a hero here with 2 down in the 5 spot in the lineup. Well, that is something that they will address, I'm sure, in their post-game conversations with everybody involved. Outside on the 1-0, 2-0 count, but yeah, that goes towards the head coach out of the on that mistake, or the coaching staff there. Somebody had to have that ready to go with all the defensive changes that happened there. 2-0 count to Corba. Swings through for strike 1. Breaking ball, he was out on the front foot. On the mound is Jaron Weed. Gets the benefit of an out because the Docs bat out of order here in the 7th. He's facing Christian Corba. Running from second was Burke, and it's fouled off by Corba for strike 2. Burke will have to head back to second. Well, needless to say, what was a great game going for the Doc Stewarts through 5 innings, make that 6 innings, was going great. And it has definitely fallen apart here in the 7th. 3 runs in the top of the 7th by Eugene to tie it up. And the Doc Stewarts bat out of order here in the bottom of the 7th, give up 1 out. Now they're down to their final out to keep it from going to extra innings. The 2-2 pitch to Corba is high for ball 3. Corba looking to find a way on, however it may be. A base knock could end this game. If he can't find a way on, we likely are headed to extras here. And stepping off is Jaron Weed. Three-two count with 2 down. Christian Corba at the plate, trying to come up a hero here, trying to finish this on a positive note for the Doc Stewarts. The 3-2 from Weed. Low and outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded with 2 down. So that puts some pressure on. An intentional walk and now an actual walk. And the Doc Stewarts have the bases loaded, and up to bat will be Tegan Sprague. He's the man that walks to the plate. He's the man I have in my scorebook as the guy that's supposed to be coming to the plate, and it looks like we'll have a pitching change. John Goldagger heads out to the mound. We'll get a new arm up to pitch for the Eugene Challengers. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll try to straighten things out in our heads, get all squared away to go as we head to we continue the bottom of the 7th with the bases loaded, game-winning run at third base on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Jaron Weed goes 2 1/3 innings, and it will exit here in the 7th inning. If a run comes in, it'll be his loss on the season. Tegan Sprague will be at the plate. He'll face the new arm on the mound. That is right-hander Braden Corrigan. Corrigan goes from the catcher's position out to the mound. I believe they have snuck Aiden Hibbler back behind the plate again. Hibbler was back there to start. Corrigan went back there, and now Hibbler is back behind the plate again. See who they've moved to third base then. They will bring in Michael Bushelman will run at third base. Or, excuse me, not run, but play at third base. So he will be there defensively, and I think that should probably do some switching things around. So Bushelman will come in for Jaron Weed defensively and take over in that spot in the lineup for what was originally held by Jaden Arbogast in the 8th spot in the lineup. Jaron Weed was there, got one at-bat, and now it'll be Michael Bushelman if they get to that spot in the lineup once again, just so that we're all on the same page. That's what I have. Who knows what might happen if we get to that spot in this ball game. We've been going for probably close to about 2 hours now here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Extra innings threatening. Tegan Sprague at the plate with the game-winning run at third. That is Paxton Burke, and the first pitch from Corrigan is swung on and missed by Sprague. If the ball gets by, Aiden Hibbler behind the plate. Paxton Burke with enough speed to try and score. So that is something to be cautious of. Tegan Sprague, a base hit, would end it here. The 0-1 is high. 1-1 count. Doc Stewart's were leading 5-2 to start out this 7th inning. They give up 3 in the top of the 7th, but they have the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. Swing and a miss again by Sprague, and he's behind a ball and 2 strikes. Burke at third, Wirtz at second, Corba at first, but the only one that matters is Paxton Burke at third base. Tegan Sprague trying to find some way to bring him in. Corrigan looking to the dugout. A 1-2 pitch coming. He'll wind and fire for the 1-2 pitch. Time called before he gets the opportunity to do so. Docs have not played an extra inning game so far this season, only into their 5th game of the year. Braden Corrigan on the mound, trying to force it into extras. The 1-2 pitch to Tegan Sprague. They go with the steal, the throw in. They don't pay attention. Oh, it's strike 3 anyways. And it does not matter. Paxton Burke tried to steal home. Tegan Sprague at the plate takes strike 3, and the Doc Stewarts will play extra innings against the Eugene Challengers. We go to the 8th. Why not? Extra baseball here tonight on a late one at Champion Car Wash Field on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Paxton Burke will be on the mound for the Doc Stewarts as we go to the 8th. Here's a look for those that are watching online. He took off as the pitch came home. Ooh, that is a tough strike 3 call. They might have had the tag on him anyways, even if he had not. But that was what the Docs tried to do in the 7th inning to end it. And they are unable to execute it. And so we go to extras. 8th inning. Docs, again, they gave up an out in that 7th inning because they batted out of order. And that cost them an out in the 7th inning as they tried to score the game-winning run. So we go to extras. It will be Grady Hazen to lead things off. Takes inside as Paxton Burke out for his 2nd inning of work. He got credit for 1 inning in the 7th. He fires in a strike. Anthony Eves against Hazen. Oh, tied at 5 here in the top of the 8th. The 1-1 pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 from Burke fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes as we get things started here in this 8th inning. Burke out of the windup. He's a sidearm thrower. Did pitch in relief for Roseburg High School during the spring. Foul ball at the plate by Hazen. That one stung the catcher, Mason Young. So they will give him a moment to gather himself. 2 balls, 2 strikes, playing late into the evening here, getting close to hit 11 o'clock. Oh, it feels like the old days of playing doubleheaders starting at 7 o'clock on an evening in the month of July. Oh, those were the days of some Legion baseball. 2-2 pitch, grounder towards short. Charging in is Logan Anderson. He will fire to first. Wirtz is there. They will retire Grady Hazen to start things off. 1 away. Braden Corrigan will stand in. Got a hitter taking some practice cuts down in the bullpen for Eugene, just in case, I guess. First pitch misses low, ball 1. To Braden Corrigan, who's now the pitcher. The 1-0 pitch just off the outside corner. And the Paxton Burke was asking for a location on that pitch from the home plate umpire, Austin Stone, who says, yeah, it curved away outside. That pitch misses well outside. 3-0 count now for Corrigan. Nobody on base with 1 away. Well, the Eugene fans will have a late night traveling home. Hopefully they don't have to get up and work too early tomorrow morning. 3-0 pitch. Misses for ball 4, and the go-ahead runner is on at first. Corrigan heads down to first. They will bring in a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Coming in to run at first is Mason Bear. So batting here in the 8th spot.
First base, number 14, Mason Bear.
This is Michael Bushelman, who did come in to play third base. So.
And the next batter, number 6, Michael Bushelman.
The Challengers will have a new batter in the 8th spot, third man to bat. Bushelman with a man at first and 1 out. Swings at the first pitch, grounder to short, picked up by Anderson. A long throw across the diamond will not get there in time, and Bushelman, in his first at-bat of the day, picks up an infield single. Logan Anderson did everything he could to make a play on that one, but just too deep in the hole to be able to get it across the diamond in time. Runners at first and second with just 1 out. Chase Hartley will bat in the 9 spot.
Number 2, Chase Hartley.
7 hits now in this game for Eugene. 6 hits in the game for the Doc Stewarts on the other side. First pitch to the lefty. Hartley is in for a strike on the outside corner. Paxton Burke in on relief. His 0-1 pitch to Hartley. Fouled towards the Doc Stewart's dugout. Almost takes out guys down that third base side. Everybody seems to be safe. And it's an 0-2 count. Five runs, 7 hits, no errors for Eugene. 5 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Doc Stewarts. The 0-2 is inside and knocked down by Young. The runners did not get a good enough look at it. They do not try to take off. And it's a 1-2 count. Still at first and second for the Challengers. Well, hopefully the Eugene parents in attendance and fans, they don't have to work early tomorrow. I do, so maybe we can get things done here in a timely manner. As the ball fouled away, stays a 1-2 count. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. One-two count with 1 out and runners at first and second. Logan Anderson holding the runner on out at second base, and stepping off will be Berg. Anderson and Sprague were both pretty close to the bag out up there up the middle. First time we see Paxton Burke this summer on the mound. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder right side gets through. This could drive in a run. Up with it is Bachmeyer. The run coming to the plate. They will not get the out at home. The ball gets away, but it'll trickle to home plate. And Chase Hartley will come through with an RBI single to right field. And Eugene has fought their way all the way back and have a 1-run lead. And still just 1 out and runners on the corners. Scoring from second was Corrigan. Actually, the courtesy runner coming in was Mason Bear. Runners at first and third with 1 out. It is now 6-5, Eugene in front. So top of the order, Josh Berry will come up to bat. 1 out, runners at first and third. Berry does not have a hit today. He'll dribble one towards third. Coate will come up with it, throws home. They will make the tag at home and get the out there. Nice job by the defensive replacement at third base. That is Grayson Coate. He has not gotten a lot of action defensively for the Doc Stewarts, but he comes up with a nice play to get the throw home in time to tag out Bushelman at the plate. That keeps it a 1-run deficit for the Doc Stewarts. Runners at first and second with 2 down as Berry gets on with a fielder's choice. First pitch outside, ball 1 here to Brock Johnson. Hartley is at second base. He's got good speed. Berry at first. Brock Johnson at the plate, the shortstop. Waiting on the 1-0 pitch. He gets jammed and fouls it off for strike 1. Well, the Doc Stewarts have worked themselves into this jam. They'll need 1 to tie it and keep the game going, 2 to take a lead in the bottom of the 7th, or excuse me, bottom of the 8th, unless they Challengers add any more here. That's the situation at this point in time. Paxton Burke's trying to keep it that way. The 1-1 outside, out at second base, a huge secondary jump by Hartley, thinking that ball had a chance to get by. Nice save behind the plate by Mason Young. Two 2-1 count. The pitch in. He is fouled back to the netting. It'll even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down and 2 on. A 1-run lead for Eugene. They've scored in every inning for the last 4 innings. The 5th, 6th, 7th, and now the 8th. They've put up a total of 6 runs. The 2-2 pitch from Burke. Inside with his breaking ball, just missing the mark, and the count goes full. A walk would load him up. Burke trying to avoid that here. He did walk 2 in the 7th. That ball over the plate, fouled away by Johnson. Got a good amount of it, got a good look at it, but sends it out of play. Burke has walked 3 batters total in his time on the mound. Full count pitch coming up here, trying to get through the 8th inning for the Docs and try to see if they can rally back in the bottom of the 8th, now trailing by 1. 3-2 pitch, outside, ball 4. So the bases are loaded for the 3-hitter, Colin Robbins. And we get a visit out to the mound. Cody Walton out to have a conversation. Doc Stewarts have worked their way into a pickle here tonight, and we are going to get a pitching change for the Stewies. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. We'll get all the details on the new man on the mound. As the Docs need one more out to force it to the bottom of the 8th. We'll see who's out there to try and make it happen when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
It'll be hard right-handed thrower Grayson Coate that'll take over on the mound. He moves from third base defensively to the bump. He'll take over, and Paxton Burke will go back to shortstop. Logan Anderson will go to third defensively. And the Doc Stewarts will look to see Coate give them one more out here in the 8th and keep it just a 1-run deficit as Eugene has rallied his way back. Doc scored 2 in the 2nd. Eugene got 1 in the top of the 5th to make it a 2-1 game, but the Docs responded with 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. They led it 5-1. Eugene got 1 in the 6th. It was 5-2 as we went to the 7th inning. Docs needed 3 outs to get out and get a win, but they gave up 3 runs in the top of the 7th. Could not score in the bottom of the 7th, and we are tied. We're tied at 5 going to extra innings, but Challengers get 1 here in the 8th inning. They lead at 6-5. Grayson Coate fired the first pitch in for a strike on the inside corner to Colin Robbins. 0-1 count to start. Coate facing Robbins, the left-handed batter. Coate out of Roseburg High School, was just a sophomore this last year. His 0-1 pitch is over the plate but low, a 1-1 count. So far today, Colin Robbins has walked twice and then flown out twice, once on the infield. The 1-1 pitch just misses the inside corner. Felt like that was a pretty close spot to where the first pitch was called strike 1. Doesn't get the call there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Robbins delivers one high into the night sky on the run. Christian Corba will get there to make the catch in the alley in right center. That ball launched, but Corba's able to run underneath it. 7 hitters come to the plate, and the Challengers get 1 run on the board. That's all they needed to take the lead. Docs down to their final 3 outs and looking to make up 1 run. They need 1 to keep it going, 2 to walk off with a win here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Eugene's Brady Corrigan will stay on the bump here as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. For the Doc Stewarts, the scheduled hitters are Mason Young, Quinn Gaylor. No, excuse me, it won't be Gaylor. We know he's been out of the game. I believe it'll be Grayson Coate that comes in for Gaylor to bat. And then Easton Bachmeyer, the right fielder, in the 9th spot. We'll see if they keep him in the lineup. He is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts looking. So Mason Young is 2 for 3 in this game with a couple of singles. He leads things off. Corrigan on the mound. First pitch, a fastball that is fouled off to the dugout for the Challengers. For strike one, Coach Goldagger over there on the stool had to defend himself on that ball that came right at him. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Young chasing the high heat. 0-2 count. Roseburg needs 1 run to tie this one up, 2 to walk off with a win. They have put themselves in an uphill battle here in the bottom of the 8th. Corrigan's 0-2 as he delivers out of the windup. A swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Down on strikes is Mason Young. Corrigan has faced 2 batters. He's struck them both out. That goes back to the 7th inning when he got a strikeout to finish off the 7th with the bases loaded. Grayson Coate is the batter here in this 8th spot, as expected. Swinging away on the first pitch. It's a tapper. Back to the mound. Tag applied by Corrigan. And just like that, the Doc Stewarts are down to their final out.
The next batter, number 9, Easton.
And it will be Easton Bachmeyer to come up to bat. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts looking. So the Docs will put him up at the plate, looking to make something happen. Corrigan on the mound will be in line to get a win here in relief and keep the Challengers undefeated on the year. Docs trying to get that first win of the season. Pitches inside, ball 1 against Bachmeyer. The 1-0 pitch for Corrigan. Out of his windup, his fastball catches the outside corner. Docs thought they had won this one back in the 7th inning, but a throw to first base pulled Danner Wirtz off the bag, and they ended up overturning the out call to say safe. That tied the game up, and the Docs find themselves here down by 1. A bounding ball to short. Brock Johnson, throw to first, ball game. Eugene battles their way back from down 5-1, and they win it 6-5 in extra innings. We'll come back with the postgame show after this 3-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus.
Well, that is one that you can chalk up as under the category of frustration. A game that was rolling right along. You might remember back a while ago, Wade Molitor pitched 6 innings, allowed 1 earned run on 3 hits over those 6 innings, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. He had put the Docs in position to get a win. They were up 5-2 after 6 innings when Molitor came out of the game. But the 7th inning, things fell apart. Docs give up 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors in the 7th inning, and they give up the lead. We go into extra innings, and Eugene scores 1 in the top of the 8th. Docs unable to put anybody on base in the bottom of the 8th, and that finishes out things here in tonight's ball game. 2 runs in the 2nd for the Docs, and they score 3 in the 5th for their 5 runs. Eugene got 1 in the top of the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and then 1 in the 8th for the victory. Final numbers: 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 9 men left on base for the Challengers, 5 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors, and 7 men left on base for the Doc Stewarts. Getting the win will be Braden Corrigan. Corrigan goes on in relief, pitches an inning and a third, no runs, no hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Paxton Burke will take the loss. He pitches an inning and 2/3. He gives up 1 run on 3 hits, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout in this one tonight. Doc Stewarts will fall to 0-5 on the year. They are 0-4 in league play now, and the Challengers go to 9-0 on the season and 4-0 in Area 4 league play. Taking a look at, let's see here. Offensive numbers real quick. A triple for Josh Berry, scored a run, drove in a run on a sac fly. Brock Johnson was 1 for 3 with an RBI single, also drove in a run on a sac fly. A double for Jace Litton, scored a run. Grady Hazen was 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Braden Corrigan was 1 for 3 with a run, 2 runs scored, a single. Michael Bushelman had a single in the 8th inning. That was helpful in scoring the go-ahead run. Chase Hartley drives in the go-ahead run with a single in the 8th. He also had a single back in the 3rd, was 2 for 3, had an RBI. And that is the numbers for Eugene on the other side. Doc Stewart's Paxton Burke walked twice and scored a run but did not have a hit. Logan Anderson was 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored. Fletcher Coleman goes 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a run scored. Tanner Wirtz walked twice. Christian Corba had a 1 for 1 day. He had a single, scored a run, hit by a pitch, sac fly for an RBI and a walk. Tegan Sprague goes 0 for 3. Fielder's choice, scores a run, gets on with a walk, struck out twice. Mason Young was 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and a pair of strikeouts. Quinn Gaylor was 1 for 3, drove in a pair of runs with a single in the second. And Easton Bachmeyer was 0 for 4 in the ball game. Doc Stewart's will try to see if they can bounce back from a tough one here tonight. They get ready for the Father's Day tournament coming up this weekend, but before that, they will take on the Fairfield Expos in a single game on a Wednesday, scheduled to start at 6 o'clock here at Champion Car Wash Field. Up next for the Challengers, they take on the Fairfield Expos Tuesday at 6 o'clock at Sweet Johnson Stadium. That's going to do it for us here tonight, folks, as the Doc Stewarts fall in Game 2. They will lose all 4 against the Eugene Challengers here in 2026. I want to say thanks to the Challengers for making the trek down here and putting together a fun day of baseball, although it does not go in the Doc Stewarts' direction. I want to say thanks to Executive Director of the Douglas County Baseball Association, Jacob Whistler, head coach Cody Walton, and the Roseburg Doc Stewarts for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc Stewart's American Legion Baseball here on The Score. Thanks to Dale Cranford for the long evening of work back in the radio studio, doing the production for us on that side. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. Before we go, I just remembered we've got the Champion Car Wash Player of the Game tonight. Make your car or truck shine like tonight's Player of the Game. Visit Champion Car Wash, where you can sparkle without the splurge. Celebrating 30 years in Roseburg, it's Champion Car Wash. Tonight's Player of the Game for the Doc Stewarts, it's Wade Molitor, the pitcher. He pitched well today. Unfortunately, the team could not hang on to the lead for him. So Wade Molitor is your Champion Car Wash Player of the Game. That'll do it for us, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us. We'll talk to you again coming up on Wednesday when the Docs welcome in the Fairfield Expos for a single non-league game starting at 6 o'clock here at Champion Car Wash Field. You can tune in to watch the live video simulcast online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, or you can find us, as always, right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 14.